Right. So no, we're probably not gonna catch that bit at the end. Yeah, okay, well. Hello and welcome back to the Friday Chill Stream and to Ever 17, the Out of Infinity. And thank you for shutting off the auto host. Right. Yeah. Cool drivers, he went live and well. Alright, need to make sure, yes, backgrounds at 1, sound effects at 2, voice is maxed at 3, right. So, well, what happened last time is we did actually enter Takeshi's route, though you can't really see it here because, well, Windows 10... We are now actually in his... hang on, I need to... we are actually in... Well, we actually reached the sort of like the junction point at the beginning. And, well, I decided to head down Takeshi's route. And, well, yeah, because you can't see the text here because Windows 10. So, we continue. We can see hundreds of colourful fish swimming comfortably outside of the windows. The room was quiet too. There's just the two of us, me and her. Then I remembered that I still didn't know who she was. She had told me to do what I want, but until then we'd been trying to escape together. I wondered what she was all about. It was all a mystery to me. A voice caused me to look up. She hadn't said it to me. Hey, is somebody there? Ah, 'tis as I stood. The girl stood still. Her eyes were focused in the distance. I followed her gaze. A lady had appeared where there had been no sign of anyone a moment before, and she was dressed as a park employee. I hadn't heard any footsteps. Yeah, because... she's a hologram. Oh, and when did she get here? Yeah, the cracks in the glass are a very big hint as to what's going on. She looks slightly panicked. Hey, what happened? What's dangerous? Stay calm. Explain what's going on. She mumbled this again. Yep. Glass shattered. a massive amount of seawater, and countless fish came flooding in. It's as if they were attacking me. The force of the water and destruction was incredible. The approaching swell mowed down everything in its path. It swirled and swallowed debris on the floor. Someone dropped a purse, a floor guide for the facility, and anything and everything it encountered. I wondered how fast that water is moving. Ridiculous thoughts flashed through my mind. And I wonder how fast I can run. There was no guarantee the water wouldn't catch me. I ran frantically and jumped in the air. There was water flowing underfoot. I slipped. I knew this was bad. If I took a spill, I could be sleeping with these fish. I was carried along into the air. The girl had grabbed my arm and yanked me forward with incredible force. She ran lithely like a tiny gazelle, and her speed, it felt I had just hopped into a car. It almost felt as though she might rip my arm off. Her strength was unbelievable. And even harder to believe was that the park attendant was running ahead of us, leading the way. When did she? Looked like she had just been sucked into the swirling water's head, but no. We bounded from the slope into another corridor. Crap, which way do we take to get out of here? We all ran without stopping, looking for an exit. It's a dead end. Hey, this is a corridor. Ah! She kicked through some metal mesh and into a big air exhaust duct. It was a sloping pipe-like tube. We shot down the incline, stumbling. It sounded like there was a crazed trough of angry water roaring behind me. Alright, I'm gonna quickly turn down the desktop audio for the stream. Actually, I think what I'm gonna do is there we go. Turn down the sound effect volume. Oh, I was already caught up in it. Everyone was just flushed along. We were spun in circles. I had no idea which way was up and which down. And then we were all spat out into a corridor on the lower level. Saved by a hair, the shutter on the dock clanked shut solidly behind us. The flow of water finally stopped. Ah, it was solid ground. It was a floor. I was safe. I wasn't in the water. I was alive. That was good. Good. There were still fish flopping around the floor, but the water had receded a while earlier.
この区画の排水完了を確認しました。しかし、施設の約 30% はすでに。冠水、 浸水したものと思われます。
30% of the facility is already submerged or flooded completely. Hey, wait just a second. I thought we were going to escape up. If we go down... Hey, what are we supposed to do now?
そんなこと言ったってしょうがないじゃない。申し訳ありません。
The employee looked extremely sorry and was bowing.
私の責任です。
Alright, that's right. The person... I think that is supposed to be you. Then again, you got to remember, this is release 0, or, well, 1.1. Because my version actually has the corrected disc 4. Because the original release had came with a disc 4 that was missing some of the data, so... Yeah, so none of the scripts has actually been updated. It's not important right now. No, relax. Yeah, let's all relax. I'm glad to be safe, but more important than that right now is where are you guys? Who are you guys? The chicken in black ran like something bionic. When the glass broke, the attendant was right next to it, but she took off at warp speed. What's up with that? And don't tell me this is part of the this yeah. Neither of them tried to answer. The fish on the floor was still jumping around.
本当に申し訳ありません。
The park employee was bowing so low that her head approached the floor. For some reason, her clothes were completely dry. Yeah, hologram.
ここに突っ立っていても仕方ないわ。案内してくれる？わかりました。近くに比較的安全な場所があります。ご案内します。
Relatively safe. That was about the same as saying that everywhere else was dangerous. We turned around and started heading back the corridor we'd been washed down. I looked at the panel and finally realized that we were in Zweiter Stock, basement level 2. We went in a nearby attraction. So are we the only folks here?
わかりません。現在調査中です。
Yeah, right. Investigating what? I thought as we walked. What is it?
誰かこちらに来ます。3名。
Oh! Yep, and here is you! Once again.
それにしても一時はどうなることかと思ったけど。
It was one of the female employees that I had met once before.
命あってのものだねってやつよね。ってあれ？
The girl finally noticed us. I didn't think there'd be anyone else here.
そりゃどうも。元気？
Not as good as I look, I suppose.
そっちも大変だったみたいね。
Hey, lucky guess. Relaxing a bit, I returned her smile. There were 2 people behind the girl. One of them was a girl I thought was named Coco. When our eyes met, Coco grinned. It's been a while. It doesn't have to be right now, but Coco, will you tell me a joke later? I'm really in the mood for one.
いいよ。考えとく。
She nodded brightly. The other person was the kid I helped at the infirmary. His expression looked darker somehow. If he'd become super upbeat all of a sudden, that would have been weird too, but for some reason it bothered me. Is something wrong with him? He doesn't look so hot.
ああ、彼、ちょっとね。
The attendant hesitated.
ところで、ねえソラ、状況はわかる？
The girl attendant addressed the question to the staff member in the dress.
いえ、断線がひどくて、コネクションを回復しつつ調べていますが、まだ時間がかかります。
The attendant called Sora said this.
だったら、中央制御室に行こう。あそこからなら詳しくモニターできるでしょ？
Yeah.
そうですね。すみません。私が至らないばかりに不便ですよね。
You're gonna see what she tries to do to the equipment in the main control room.
気にしないで、ソラ。
With that, the girl addressed me again.
それじゃあ、これからドリットストック3階に降りるけど、ついてくるよね。
Yeah, I'll go. We took an emergency corridor behind one of the attractions. It looked like there were a number of these narrow corridors above and below other corridors and rooms. I figured that they were probably used as shortcuts by employees as well.
私は田中優。本当はもっと長ったらしい名前なんだけど、優でいいよ。あなたは？
I'm Takeshi.
クラナリね。よろしく、クラナリ。
Good to know you. You? Yep. The whole time, the girl in the dark clothes silently watched our exchange. We went down the stairs together. Me, Coco, you, Sora, the kid, the girl in black, 6 of us total. We arrived at Drita Stock, the 3rd floor underwater. Ugh. We used a ladder in the emergency corridor to descend to the other corridor and turned around the corner. Control room. Seemed that this was the central control room.
どう？ここの端末からならわかりそう？そうですね。確かに直接アクセスした方が早そうです。
Know something? It sounds like the voice audio is being routed through my microphone. Sora faced the monitor and held up both hands. Instantly, the content of the screen began to change, with a number of windows opening, closing, and searches for data underway. Hey, can you operate these computers without even touching them? I got the latest cell phone and it's got a touch panel. And it's got a kinetic recharge function. Oh, it means that even if the battery dies, if you walk around with it or shake it, it'll recharge itself. It takes a while though. I took out my PDA from my pocket and lent it to Coco. Coco took the PDA and shook it using short movements like she was shaking maracas. Yeah, like that. The lamp that indicated the battery was dead lit up. The harder you shake it, the more it lights up. The lamp flickered. I don't know if she was having fun or what, but Coco kept up her maraca act for a while. It looked like the PDA wasn't broken. All I had to do was wait till it would probably work again. It seemed the professional diving waterproof specifications it had boasted were actually true. Saw her type quietly on the keyboard. Oh, she was typing on the keyboard, but it looked like her hands weren't even touching the keyboard. I figured it was my imagination.
わかりました。
Sora said it in business-like manner. She seemed done with the computer. Everyone looked at her.
皆さん、どうか落ち着いてください。お願いします。
She said that. I noticed she looked a little pale. The room went quiet as the focus shifted to her.
まず1階、エルストボーデンは一部階段を除き完全に浸水しました。浸水？1階全体が？
So, basically, this whole floor is inaccessible apart from one access staircase.
隔壁もすべて下ろされ、通路を通行することはできません。つまり、どうやっても上には行けない。そういうことです。また、ツバイトシュトック、ドリットシュトックについてですが、第3区画は防水扉の閉鎖が間に合わず完全浸水しています。その他の区画の各フロアは今のところ健在です。ただし、いくつかの部屋には先ほど流入した海水が溜まっています。現在排水ポンプを稼働していますが、完全排水には相当な時間を要するものと思われます。排水ポンプ？電気は普通に使えてるってことだよね。そうですね。エレベーターを含め一部の電子的システムが制御不能に陥っています。原因は不明ですが、各区画の反線断線が影響しているでしょう。先ほどまで私が十分に状況を把握できなかったのもそのためです。
What does she mean she wasn't able to? Something about her words nagged at my mind, but I listened to the rest of what she had to say.
しかし、発電機は正常に機能しており、電力は供給されています。ですから、発電、循環系統にトラブルがない限りは、ある程度時間がかかっても排水は完了できます。ちなみに、館内の内部圧は1気圧です。酸素濃度 22%、窒素濃度 75%、ヘリウム濃度 3%、気温24度。
Right, so the air is 22% oxygen, 75% nitrogen, 3% helium, and the temperature is 24 degrees. So there's barely any helium in the
当分
place.
私たちが中で過ごしていくことは可能と言いたいのね。申し訳ありません。その通りです。皆さんには今しばらくの間、館内でお待ちいただくことになります。
For a while? How long is that?
救助が来るまでです。救援要請はずっと送り続けています。しかし、現在それが届く保証はありません。インゼルヌルへの通信線は非常回線も含め物理的遮断によって使用不能です。
Right, so all the communication lines have been physically cut to the island.
また、海底ケーブルでのネットワーク接続、音波式水中通話ともに試していますが、 通信系の回復のめどはまだ立っていません。
So we're like little kids lost smack in the middle of the ocean and nobody can hear our SOS.
はい。
Those are the cold, hard facts we had to face. There was every wee reason for everyone to get depressed. I sighed.
はいはい、どうも。それでは元気よく。
Yep. One of the group was determined to dispel the gloomy atmosphere. You spoke so fast it was almost scary.
負傷区の救命艦女子第1年短期アルバイト田中指星はるかなが救助隊の到着まで皆様をご案内いたします。
Yeah, and she just said her full name. It's Yubisei Harukana. Yeah, try to say that 5 times fast when you're plastered.
どんどんどんどんパフパフ。
Hey, wait, what? Hey, wait, what? What did you just say?
救命艦女子第1年花の女子大生短期アルバイト連休中だけの臨時雇いなの。まあなんていうかいきなりなツアー&不慣れなツアコンではありますがよろしくお願いします。
No, after that.
は？私の名前のこと？田中指星はるかな。
Yeah. Yubisei Harukana.
田中指星はるかな。
Yep. I can't get my tongue around that.
もうだから私のことは言うでいいって言ったの。長いと面倒でしょ。はいはい、質問です。
So, Coco has a question. Another Gloom Destroyer appeared.
なんでしょう。ラッキュって呼んでもいい？どうぞどうぞ。あなたのお名前は？ヤガニココです。ほいでもってこっちはピピ。
Oh, so she still has peeping right with her. A pet dog appeared from nowhere. Boy, was she full of energy. Leave it to elementary school kids.
お年は？中3。
What?
どうかしたの？
No, it's nothing. I thought it... Yeah. And another bit of bad spelling. Oh, the surprises never cease.
ココとピピね。よろしくね。1たす1は？あ、賢い。そうしょ、そう思いしょ。
I wondered if maybe there wasn't enough oxygen in the room. I was getting a headache. The girl in the black clothes gave our upbeat companions a cool stare. You noticed the look.
それでそちらの彼女は？
Huh? Why are you asking me?
あなたの連れじゃないの？
Stupid? What are you talking about?
ふーん。
What's that supposed to mean?
つぐみ。
I realized the girl had spoken.
小町。つぐみ。
It was just loud enough to make out what she was saying.
それが名前。
つぐみって言うんだ。よろしくね。
She turned her back. You shrugged slightly. I thought Sugumi might have been embarrassed. There was something kind of cute about her. Sugumi. I think that's a bird's name. I remembered her tugging me along in the aquarium and running like the wind. I am actually doing most of this blind. What are you talking about? I walked over to her and said
普
this.
通よ、これが。
I won't ask you to pretend to be happy. But how about being a little more friendly? You're going to have to put up with each other until we get out of here.
どうして？関係ないでしょ。たまたまここに一緒にいるだけなんだから。そうよ。みんな関係ない。要するに不幸な集まりに過ぎない。
Sugumi looked annoyed. This chick's intense and scary. In my mind, I retracted my earlier thoughts about her being cute. Sugumi and I glared at each other for a while.
まあまあ、二人とも仲良くね。
You jumped in between us. I walked away from Sugumi and she looked away from me.
そら、あなたも自己紹介しようよ。
You, who is totally in control of the situation, turned to Sora, who is working on the computer.
あ、私ですか？
Sora took her hands from the machine and came towards it as if she were gliding.
申し遅れました。私は茜ヶ崎空と申します。レミュー開発部のシステムエンジニアです。一応主任代理ということになっています。
She's also a hologram. Assistant Chief, so you're pretty high up then.
代理ですし、名目上のことですから大したことはありません。
Hey, Sora, weren't you up at a gate above ground? You're giving some kind of explanation at the entrance, right? I only heard half of it, but...
そういえば、あの時のお姉ちゃん？はい、そうです。お気づきになりましたか？ここも人手不足なもので、時々私もあのようなことをしています。
Sora smiled. Alright. Junior University.
はい、よろしくお願いします。良きかな、良きか
Everyone laughed cheerfully. Everyone laughed except Tsugumi, that is. It took a little effort, but the atmosphere finally loosened up. You started gathering us up.
な。さてさて、縁も竹縄となってまいりましたが、皆さんそろそろお開きに。ナッキュ、ちょっと待って。まだ名前を聞いてないよ。
Kako pointed to the corner of the room.
僕のこと？
We'd completely forgotten him. He'd been quiet the whole time, trying to stay out of the way, and mostly kept to the corner of the room. You looked at the boy, and it looked like her face stiffened a little.
ほいちゃんね、あなたの名前なんての？
Kako tilted her head as she asked him the question.
僕は。
He looked down. He couldn't figure what he was waiting for. I couldn't figure what he was waiting for.
僕は誰？ 覚えてないんだ。自分の名前。
Maybe you've got amnesia. Retrograde. Amnesia. Refers to memories lost for a certain period of time. It's more common with new memories than with old memories. During the period of memory loss, if the person has no memories at all, it's called complete amnesia. But in instances in which some memories can be called, it's called partial amnesia. Generally, amnesia results from trauma to the head, epileptic seizures, mental diseases, and disorders that manifest themselves as memory impairments. When a person has trouble recollecting events prior to the impairment, this is called retrograde amnesia. An instance in which memory impairment is significant and continues after consciousness is restored. An instance which memory impairment is significant and continues after consciousness is restored is known as anterograde amnesia. Amnesia caused by inherent mental factors is referred to as organic amnesia, while that induced by psychological stress is typically known as psychogenic amnesia. Hysterical amnesia is being the most typical example. This is an affliction in which the victim often cannot recall knowledge relating to his or her personal history, such as one's name, history, family, or friends. It is often a reaction to incidents too hard to endure, which incite an unconscious desire to escape, forget, or repress these experiences or events. Symptoms do not manifest in any particular way physically, and a person's brain functions remain normal. People found wandering in this state are often taken in or seek help from authorities such as the police. Young people in their 20s under severe psychological stress, such as those facing domestic violence or academic problems, marriage or financial difficulties, are the most typical victims. However, this illness can be used as a cover for criminal activities, and it can be difficult to detect the difference. It is especially seen in individuals with demonstrative personalities or a pathological tendency to lie. Normally in a few days or months, or with the help of hypnosis or shock therapy, the memory should return. Complete amnesia can be spurred by retrograde life amnesia. Memories are usually restored gradually, beginning with older ones, and treatment methods include psychiatric care and hypnosis, both narcotic and naturally induced. Let's finish that off.
脳震盪ではないのですか？どこかでしたたかに頭を打ったのでは？
Yeah, you could have taken a tumble, like when trying to escape. Segumi had let loose a last nasty thought when I said tumble.
わからない。何も覚えてないんだ。ねえ、ここはどこなの？
レミューっていう海洋テーマパーク。
レミュー？
The kid glanced at Coco. He tilted his head. Coco was playing rock, paper, scissors with her dog Pee-Pee. He moved to a room with a kiosk in it. Thankfully, at least the electric drink dispenser was working. Each person poured the drink they wanted into a paper cup.
それじゃ、とりあえずこれからのみんなの無事を祈って乾杯。
Okay then, cheers!
いただきます。
Good. Didn't you know anything about before? Not even something personal about yourself. Oh no. Oh. Oh no, I'm kind of thirsty. That was the reason. But reason aside, we needed a breather, so the timing was good. Sora, how about you? Don't you want a drink? Sora was standing stiffly.
あ、はい。私、喉が渇きませんから。
Spoiler! She's a hologram, so she can't drink. Oh, how about taking a load off? You've been standing the whole time.
大丈夫です。お気遣いありがとうございます。
Sure, I thought. Sora seemed older than me. She seemed polite and serious. She seemed a typical Japanese woman. Prim and proper. Could be one way of describing Sora. I looked around at my surroundings. Yu was next to the kid and chatting with him. Sometimes he would laugh or shake his head weakly. I could overhear bits of their conversation. They were talking about his memory.
おかしなことじゃないよ。平気だよ。時間が経てば治るはずだから。
It looked like the two of them were drinking orange juice. Tsugumi was way off from everyone and looking into the distance. I had no idea what she was drinking. I didn't have any idea what she was thinking either. After recognizing over whether to drink apple juice or cocoa finally decided on both. But she proceeded to forget about her drink immediately, and Coco took a hold of Pee-Pee's front legs and started dancing around. It was a cute scene. After things had calmed down, Yu and everyone gathered in front of the kiosk.
これからしばらくレミューの中で過ごさなきゃならないわけだけど、その前に確認しておきたいの。まず何が起きたのか、そしてこれからどうすればいいのか。田中さん、その前世については私からお話ししてもよろしいですか？ソラ、お願い。
Sora stood in front of everyone and held out her arms. Suddenly a holographic window materialized into the air. I had no idea the whole system worked. I had no idea how the whole system worked, but I figured that it was the same one they had used at the entrance of the park.
それではご説明いたします。
And this is what she said. 12:45 p.m. Suddenly a blackout occurred, cause unknown. Next, the emergency alarms began ringing. Cause of this was also unknown. 12:54 p.m. The Unsol Null elevator shifted to its emergency power source and an evacuation order was issued for the entire complex. Employees and visitors evacuated the premise. At this point, some people panicked and in the confusion opened the emergency corridor to the outside without going through decompression. It is highly probable that they are experiencing serious decompression sickness at this moment. The emergency corridor to the outside was left open for several minutes. 1:03 p.m. The opening of the emergency corridor disrupted the air pressure balance inside the complex, and the devices responsible for adjusting the air pressure encountered problems. The complex started automatically pulling in air from the outside. As a result, the mixture of the gas in the complex, designed to maintain 6 atmospheres of air pressure, escaped. Apparently helium, which is lighter than oxygen or nitrogen, leaked out first. Air pressure in the complex dropped to 1 atmosphere, the same as the level outside. 2:39 p.m. The major power source came back online. MMIH, the computer system responsible for overseeing Lemieux, rebooted and reset the air pressure adjustment mechanism. The air ventilation ducts were closed. However, Lemieux was built to saturation diving specifications, meaning that as long as the internal air pressure was at the same level or higher than the outside water pressure, it was designed not to collapse, which is good. Which meant 3:55 p.m. When internal air pressure dropped to 1 atmosphere, it became impossible for the external partitions to withstand the external water pressure, causing the glass to crack under the pressure, thus resulting in flooding. Subsequently, to minimize the damage from the flooding, the emergency watertight doors would automatically shut, which brought us up to speed.
館内の現在の状況を正しく把握したいのですが、モニターやセンサーの一部に未だ異常動作の恐れがあります。よって正確なデータが得られないために、このような概要しか述べることができません。
Hey, sorry to ask you the same question again, but the first floor above us is flooded, yeah?
はい。館内管制を行うレミシステムに再度問い合わせましたが、確かです。
So we can't get out of here.
現在も救助を要請すべく、システムは通信系の回復に全力を挙げています。今しばらくご辛抱を。
Sora bowed her head. I was feeling depressed again. I didn't want to admit it, but we were in deep trouble.
まあ、ひとまず助けを待つしかないってことでしょ。
You just try to keep you just keep trying to make everyone feel better, don't you?
あら、暗く重たく絶望的な方がいいの？
That's not what I'm saying.
まあまあ、どう？もう一杯飲む？
You came out of a huge industrial-sized bottle and held it up comically. I just can't get over how cheerful you are, given how totally screwed we are. I complained again without thinking.
違うって、こんなだから高いの。
You said this with a bit of a sulk. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
謝ることはないって。まあ、どうぞどうぞ。
She filled my cup to the brim with juice. Hey, hey! Most of it was just bubbles.
でしょ？
Thanks to the juice.
お代はいらないよ。
You shouldered the massive bottle and took it back inside the shop. Carrying it, she teetered like a penguin, which was funny because it didn't really suit her. Jeez, she's a funny one. I laughed without thinking. Tsugumi was leaning against the shop wall and staring after you. Her face was expressionless. I wondered what she was thinking. I had no idea. Even if we are going to wait for help, we can't just sit on our butts doing nothing, right? Casually tried to strike up a conversation with Tsugumi.
あなたって深刻ぶってみたりするけど、本当は何も考えてないのね。
Oh, that's not true. I'm thinking. I'm always thinking. Yeah, I was thinking of a way to keep us from getting bored. I rattled on the first thing that jumped to my mind. Tsugumi gave me an annoyed look. She seemed exacerbated. I didn't want her to expect anything from me, but her attitude was frustrating. Hey, alright, everyone listen up. I had an idea. I called to everybody.
どうしたんですか、倉成さん、突然。
何かあったの？
Everybody gathered around. We're not gonna accomplish anything just spending time like this, right? So I just thought, why don't we all split up and look around the complex?
なぜです？じっとしていた方が安全ではないですか？
No, I think we should check to see if staying in one place and doing nothing is really the safest thing to do. You know, walk around, see what we can find, and scope out any dangers. If we find some, we can tell everyone to watch out for them or do something to get rid of them. And we can see if there isn't a safer place. Then we can all gather there.
でも倉成さん。
But it's not like the rescue squad is about to bust in the door. So if we're going to have to be here in Lemieux for half a day or a day or so, then we should find out what kind of place this is. Get to know it like our own house.
それなら私が情報をいくらでも提供します。
No, that's not what I mean. Listen, sorry, you have to look after the communications network, right? You're just talking about how some sensitive monitors weren't working right and you can't get a full sense of the current situation.
ああ、なるほどね。
You clapped her hands together.
空が SOS を発信してる間に私たちが自分の足で状況を見てくると。どう？空もその方が楽になるんじゃないかな。
ええ、そうですね。確かに。あ、でも皆さんに危険が。
It seemed that Sora was unsure.
そう。それなら私は行くから。
Tsugumi suddenly laughed. It looked like she was laughing, but her lips curled nastily. Hey Tsugumi, where are you going?
手分けして様子を見るんでしょ？
Tsugumi's expression was blank again. Turning around, she headed for the entrance to the emergency corridor. Hey, you just can't come back here, hey idiot! She was already out of sight. Her shoes clacked on the metal stairs as she climbed.
すぐみ行っちゃったね。どうするの？
心配です。
Sora's brow furrowed and her expression stiffened.
でもさ、いいんじゃないかな。
The killer has broken his silence, and I was a little surprised.
たけしの言う通りだよ。このままじっとしていても意味はない。
He continued without pausing.
つぐみは先に2階を見に行った。それだけのことだと思う。だから僕らは3階を回ろうよ。
よし、わかった。賛成。そうだね。そうしよっか。
Sounds like a plan. I gave a big nod.
仕方ありません。皆さん、くれぐれも危ないことはしないでくださいね。
Oh, that's... Sora finally nodded slightly. Once everyone's minds were set, things picked up. Sora said she was going back to the control room to get data, so we went our separate ways. You, Coco, and the kid and I went to search around the complex. We decided to check the normal corridors and the emergency corridors above and below them on the 3rd floor. Splitting into pairs where the corridor forked, we agreed to meet back at the fort when we had checked the corridor ahead. We did that over and over. We walked every corridor that we could walk down. I wondered if water was leaking anywhere. I figured that the water pressure would send water spurting through any crack it could find. Also, I thought there might be other people that had been left behind. According to Sora, the system had told her that there were 6 people in the complex. Still, there was no guarantee that was right. I thought that if we found somebody else, it might change our situation. There could also have been a corridor that the broken sensors weren't picking up. I hope there might be a door to the surface that we were simply unaware of. I couldn't throw away that shred of hope. While we were out searching, Sora continued to try to get in contact with the Mew's central computer and gather more information. Sora has said that she wanted to establish a means of communication with the outside. We returned to the front of the kiosk. Sora had arrived first and was waiting. But Tsugumi was nowhere to be seen.
戻ってきてないね、つぐみ。
We can't just let her run loose. I wonder where she is.
確認してみますか？
We all went into the central control room.
もう一度全館の生体反応を調べます。もし小町さんが移動していてもこれで見つけられます。もちろん小町さんが館内にいらっしゃればですが。
And if she is alive, I managed to keep that thought from coming out of my mouth. It only took a moment for a map of the Mew and data from the sensors to appear. There was one fuzzy light on the second floor.
あれが小町さんですね。
There are a number of lights in a room on the third floor. I figured that was the control room where we were.
どうしたの？
あれ、なんかおかしくない？ほら。
The kid pointed at a corner of the monitor. It indicated a single-digit number. Life reading 6.
よく見て。
Life readings 5. Life readings 7. Life readings 6. 5. 7. 6.
本当ですね。なぜでしょうか。
Sora fiddled with the console, but the numbers on the monitor continued to fluctuate. The number changed every few seconds. But even when the life scan numbers changed, no new lights appeared or disappeared. Right, so we need to do our maths. If we take out Sora, because she might not be detected as a life reading, we have Takeshi, the kid, Coco, probably her dog, you, Takeshi, and Tsugumi, which makes 7. There's another person out there which would make 8. But if the dog's not counted, it's still 7.
もしかして僕たちの他にも誰かレミューの中にいるのかな。もしもあの表示が本当は7だとしたら。
そういうことになるね。
ねえ、その人を探した方がいいんじゃないかな。
Also, they got to think. If they're counting Sora, the kid, you, Coco, Takeshi. Yeah, it would be right. And yeah, Sora, the kid, you, Coco, Takeshi. Yeah, and the other one would be...
そうだ、困ってるかもしれない。助けてあげないと。
Yeah, me and Logic don't get along well. Hang on, kid, calm down. For a while, all our eyes were glued to the changing numbers. Watching them change was unsettling. Finally, life reading 6. The monitor settled on the number 6. The light on the second floor was moving around slowly. The 5 lights on the third floor were all in one room, unmoving. Right, so, 5, so... Sora, Kid, you, Coco, Takeshi. So the dog is not being... So Pee-Pee is not being counted.
先ほどのセンサーの誤動作なのでしょうか。原因がわかりません。もう少し様子を見ますか。
Segumi's on the second floor and there are 5 of us here. So that number 6 is probably right, don't you think?
でも
Well, I figure if we go look around a little more, we'll find out soon enough.
そうね。
Alright then. So, do you all want to head to the second floor? Thought it was the best if we actually took in the situation with our own eyes. We climbed to the top of the long emergency stairs together. In the end, we didn't find anybody else on the third floor. Didn't see any routes that looked like they might lead out either. Sora had told us that there was no schedule for the communication system to be back online. We could look at the information displayed on some of these terminals which were set in some attractions and in the corridors, but we couldn't operate them in any way. The cause for this was unclear too. The fact that there was no leaks on that floor was our one saving grace. We arrived at Zweiter Stock, the second floor. Sora gave us 30 minutes of free time, but that still didn't mean we could go running around as we pleased. So we decided to randomly hit some of the rooms and search them. Sora held her hands out in front of her and a holographic window appeared.
このフロアは下と違って各種センサースキャンの機能が正常に動くようです。フロアそのものの安全性も比較的確保されています。あ、小町さんは確かにこのフロアにいます。エレベーター付近を歩いているようです。
You can tell that?
はい。私は警備室で作業を続けつつ、皆さんのことをモニターしています。何か問題があれば、全体放送でアナウンスをかけます。皆さんも何かあったらすぐに私を呼んでください。
わかった。それじゃあ解散。30分したら警備室に集まりましょう。
了解。
了解。
Sure, whatever. After closing the holographic window, Sora went into a room a little ways down the corridor. Apparently that was the security office. Everyone headed out in a different direction from the corridor intersection. I took my PDA out of my pocket and pushed the button. It was recharged and the backlight was working again. It was working without a problem. I reset the time. After that, I tested it a number of times, but it didn't seem to be able to make a call or go online. Maybe I ought to give up using this to get in touch with the outside. I pushed the PDA back into my pocket. I had 30 minutes left. I was trying to decide which area of the park to visit first. Let's go to the Dolphin Merry-Go-Round. One of the rooms, headed to the room with the attractions. There was a carousel here. Only instead of horses, it was set to a dolphin theme. It looked like its official name was the Dolphin Carousel. With no visitors around, the ride seemed a little spooky and very lonely. Even the dolphins themselves looked sad. Oh, suddenly a happy melody started and the ride began to rotate. Of course, no one was riding it. All of a sudden, it no longer seemed so lonely, but that much more spooky. This place is haunted. Even think about it gives me the creeps. Then from somewhere I heard some snickering. You came skipping over to me.
あれ、クラナリ、いつ来たの？
Looks like you're having a lot of fun.
だってほら、楽しいでしょ？ウキウキするでしょ？一回これ回してみたかったのよね。
You pointed to the merry-go-round. Don't just turn it on without any warning. You almost gave me a heart attack. You surprised the heck out of me. I shook my fist at her. I might have been exaggerating a little, but...
クラナリ何イルカ木箱時にビビってんのよ。
You looked at me sideways and grinned at me mischievously. Nobody's supposed to be here in the theme park. It was like a horror movie.
まったく怖がりね。
Well, you were wasting energy by turning it on too. What if there were a blackout? And we got no idea how long the Muse backup power is good for. Besides, everybody knows that you should save energy.
怖がりな上に心配性ね。
What are you talking about? It's common sense.
あのね、クラナリ知らないの？
Next, she held her palms out and feigned exaggerated surprise.
このレミューは外部から電力を供給してもらってるわけじゃないの。館内に自家発電機を持ってるんだよ。水深100メートルの海底に熱水噴出口、まあ平たく言えば温泉よね。それがあってそこから熱水を汲み上げて気化させてる。その蒸気圧力および施設内で発生した排熱蒸気によってタービンを回して館内で必要な電力のすべてを発電する。テーマパークであると同時にクローズドスペースプラントのテストモデルの側面もこのレミューは持ってるの。以上、新人マニュアルからの受け売りでした。
That was all memorized from the new employee manual. I see.
ああ、発想はないでしょうに。せっかく説明してあげたのに。
I mean, what a wonderful explanation! You're a model employee.
クラナリ君はイルカがぐるぐる回るのに驚いて「ワオ!」とかセクシーな叫び声を上げた上にちょっぴりブルっちゃいました。で、みんなに言いふらしちゃおっかな。
Do what you want. Then again, maybe you shouldn't. The dolphins have stopped moving of their own accord. You explained that the ride ran for about 3 minutes each time before shutting off automatically. We leaned against the fence surrounding the dolphin carousel. So you always work here part-time during the holidays?
ええ、4月の末から泊まり込みでここで働いてる。今日で4日目かな。
And then out of the blue you get this. Pretty rough.
クラナリはレミューに来るの何回目？
This is the first time.
私の方が3日余計にいた分だけマシだね。
3-day head start. You laughed happily. She was sure cheerful. I had to respect her unflagging optimism and energy. You're tough. I mean, this situation is so depressing it doesn't seem to faze you.
そんなんじゃないよ。さっきも言ったでしょ。暗い方がいいの？
I think it's better to laugh.
そうそう、そんだけよ。
Then she laughed again. I tried to force a smile. You stretched like a cat. Then she sat there and hugged her knees. I followed suit and sat down next to her.
本当はね、お父さんがここにいるかもって思って来たの。
Your dad? Yep. Bad spelling error there. That should be where you are. That should be your and not you are.
実はね、私のお父さん、レ
Although
ミューの開発部門で働いてたの。
Although you can't really complain because the company that translated this no longer exists. Research and development.
ああ、 コンピューターのプログラムよ。空が使ってるホログラムとかレミの端末とか管理システム。詳しくは聞いてないんだけど、その辺のどれかを作ったらしいのね。ここができる前、レミューの建設中から関わってたんだって。もちろん一人でやってたわけじゃないよ。プロジェクトの一員として開発に携わってたってこと。
Well, is that so?
でもお父さんは、父さんある日突然いなくなっちゃったんだ。
What?
行方不明になっちゃったの。
When?
それが物心ついた時にはすでにいなくって、私が1歳の時、つまり今から17年前のことね。
17 years ago. So you don't remember your father?
うん。写真とかムービーとかでしか見たことはなくて、ちゃんとした記憶は残ってないの、全然。今言ったことも全部お母さんから聞いた話で。
But why? Why did he disappear?
それが分かればこんなところまで来たりしないよ。ただほんのわずかな手がかりがここにあるだけ。お父さんの姿が最後に目撃されたのはこのレミューの中だったの。だからここに来れば消えたお父さんの手がかりが何か見つかるかもしれないって、そう思って。
It seems like my mum had already given up, so I can't count on her.
お母さんはお父さんのことを死んじゃったんだって
I
思って
think
るみたいだ
there's
けど。
think there was an error there. I think that should have actually have had that should have been some of Yu's dialogue. No? The word dead has a heavy ring to it.
でもね、私は信じてるの。お父さんは絶対どこかで生きてる。だってそうでしょ。お父さんはただ行方不明になっただけで遺体が見つかったわけじゃないんだし、最近できたアトラクションにもお父さんの新しいプログラムが使われてるみたいなの。この館内のどこかにお父さんがここで仕事をしてたことを示す手がかりが残ってるはず。まあもっともそのアトラクションはもう水の中に沈んじゃったけどね。
After that, we lapsed into silence. I didn't know if I should say something to her. I tried to think of what to say, but didn't hit upon anything. Suddenly, you stood up.
そろそろ BGM が欲しくなってきたな。こう愉快で軽快な音楽をさ、ドンドコドンと。つうわけでもう一回イルカを回してきます。クラナリもそろそろ見回りに戻ったら。
With that, she darted away. Hey, you! The dolphin started spinning again. You didn't come back. It looked like she had disappeared to the corridor behind the merry-go-round. I guess I'll get out of here. It was as if the dolphin saw me off. I left the room behind. Dolphin carousel, situation normal. Let's head for the souvenir shop. Adjacent to the corridor was a little room for visitors to rest, as well as a shop selling theme park goods. There was a sign with the Lemieux mascot on it. This was where I had peeled the mascot costume off the kid. That Lemieux thing called Mew. In the shop were those Lima stuffed animals next to all kinds of keychains, hologram pendants, seafood snacks, and other stuff, as well as Lima stuffed animals. The kid was sitting on the bench next to me. He wasn't really looking at anything, but his gaze seemed fixed. He just kept staring at the ground. I expected to see a hole open up in the ground. He was staring so intensely. He had his hands on his temples. How's your headache, kid?
あ
What's the matter? Did you find something? Or did you remember something?
誰ですかあなた
I just told you a bit ago I introduced myself. I'm Takeshi. Takeshi Kuranai. Kuranari.
あそうだったっけここはどうして僕はこんなところに
Oh, great. It's that amnesia thing. The kid couldn't even remember what he had just said. He just moved from one topic to the next, forgetting the last. This is the marine theme park, Lemieux. Something happened and we were trapped here.
レミュー閉じ込められたってどういうことなの
That's something I would like answered myself.
それであなたは倉成武史
Maybe you should start taking notes, you know, keeping track of my name, the other people, where we are and stuff.
メモかそうだねそうした方がいいか
It looks like you understand what taking notes means. Take good ones, even when you're eating. If you can remember, you can make a memo of your name too. I gave the kid a memo pad and pen I had filched from the kiosk.
ありがとうねえところで今は何年なの
You forgot that too?
うん
It's 20... what year is it? I searched around in my pocket. My entrance ticket stub was crumpled and stuck to the back of my PDA. Oh, that's right, it's 2017. Take notes, write it down.
わかった2017年と
He was taking it down. It looked like he hadn't forgotten how to take notes. So why do you want to know the year?
うんちょっと
Kind of.
年を聞いたら生年月日ぐらいは思い出すんじゃないかと思って
I see, come to think of it, you don't even know how old you are, huh?
うん
By the looks of it, I say you're not a day over 42. Sarcasm much.
え
Surprised the kid felt his face. Oh, kiddie, relax, there's no way. You're probably in the neighborhood of 14 or 15. If you are 18, then you got a baby face. Jeez, don't tell me you forget your own face.
顔
If you're worried about it, go take a look in the mirror. You can sketch a self-portrait in case you forget later.
ああそうしようかな
Jeez, he's got it rough. His serious expression has relaxed. That at least was good. Alright, well, I'm gonna get going. When it's time, you come to the security office.
あ警備室どこなのうんここはどこだっけごめんわからないよ
It's alright, I understand. If you don't come, then I'll come looking for you.
うん頼むよたけし
Hey, you remembered!
たけしだろ名前
The kid had been taking notes and sure enough, there it was. The name Takeshi on his pad, but spelt wrong. The new kiosk, situation normal. Yep, so we just head straight for the security office. What was she doing there? Besides, she was the only one that had been doing desk work the whole time we'd been trapped. I imagine she would be getting a different kind of tired from what we got walking around. Mentally tired, maybe. As I was thinking that I knocked on the security office door. Hello, Sora, you there? Wait, this metal door is so thick you couldn't even hear me if you were. I pushed a button on for the intercom on the panel next to the door. but Sora didn't reply. I wonder if she isn't in there. The door wasn't locked, so I pushed the button, and it opened. The security office was small, and it was dirty. The front wall was packed with monitors. They were all stained dark from cigarette smoke. Ashtrays were stacked up like it was normal. And there was a huge sign plastered on the wall that said, "No smoking!" I recalled the sloppy club room back at college. It had 25 years of history being only used by guys, and you couldn't help but chuckle. But I restrained myself and kept looking. Sora wasn't there. Sora! Hey Sora, where are you? I didn't think you were the type to go running off without telling anyone. I took another step inside the room. Ah. All of the windows in the wall, all the windows in the wall monitors opened and closed.
倉成さん、いつの間にいらしたんですか？
For some reason, the voice sounded like it came from the shadow of the desk. It was a blind spot and I couldn't see Sora. So you are here, Sora. I thought you'd probably be all stressed out from the work, and so I came here to take a look. What are you doing in that weird place? I approached the rear of the desk as I talked.
あ、ダメです。倉成さん、こっち来ないでください。
Huh?
今ちょっと手が離せなくて。
I couldn't see her face, but she sounded embarrassed.
できれば、その、もうしばらく部屋の外にいていただけませんか？
She spoke hesitantly. Oh, are you changing? I'm sorry.
いえ、そうじゃないんですけど、まあ似たようなものですね。倉成さんは着替えなくても大丈夫ですか？従業員用の服でよければ、更衣室がこの部屋のすぐ裏にあります。通路の角を折れれば行けますよ。
No, alright. I'm just a little damp and uncomfortable, but I'm used to it.
そうですか。すみません。まだ作業は途中なんです。集中したいので、時間までには必ず終わりますから。
Sorry to bother you. I'll go look around a little more. Okay, good luck.
はい。
During our whole exchange, Sora was hidden and I didn't see her. I waved in Sora's direction, though I figured she couldn't see me, and headed for the exit. Hey, it's still good for you to stay cooped up in here. Take a break once in a while. I said it without looking back.
ええ、でもお気遣いなく。仕事が楽しいですから。私その気になれば何日でも。全然眠らなくても平気なんです。
Sleep without days. That's insane. I didn't really understand what she meant, but I suppose she's probably really into her job. I imagine that system engineer was probably just an occupation that drew interesting types and felt satisfied with that. Security office situation normal. Right. I think what we're going to do is... Actually, I'm going to change... change to Coco and that will be it for today. Well, at least that was kind of interesting. No internet issues and just 1 minute. I've got to go to the toilet. Yeah. I didn't really expect to suddenly have need to go to the toilet, but yep. Well, that will be it for today. Again, schedule will be 11 p.m. And remember, May the 4th be with you, because it's now May the 4th. Star Wars Day, but it's Soul Worker Day. Or Soul Worker Weekend, because we will be returning back to Stella Unibel as we continue through the last the penultimate area of Grey City. As it'll be this weekend and next week. This Saturday and next Saturday we'll finish off Grey City, and then we'll be on to the Ruined Fortress. So it's slowly catching up with Lily. And Sunday of course, we will actually be going back to Lily. So, right, now that that's done, let's see whom is... Okay, Patch B117, I believe that might be... Oh, it's U-Boat. That's Jive. Uh, okay, so... Uh, Right, so Noah Rexus, Lomax don't think is actually going to be on today, even though it's normally his Flashback Friday stream, because I believe he is out of town. Uh, so looks like for the time being, I will be handing this over to Jive Turkey for the time being, because I do believe that Renaud is going to be streaming soon with his fifth fifth EDF stream, because he's had ED Monday, ED Tuesday, ED Wednesday, ED Thursday, and his usual ED Friday. So, let's get this little Neugel. That's odd. We got 3 notifications here. So we have had a few bugs with Twitch. Okay, right. Let's do... yep, there we go. And it works. Yeah, we will start off with Jive Turkey, who is streaming U-Boat. And when he actually starts up, I will transfer over to Renault, who should be streaming EDF 4.1. So, let's get this sorted. Oh, yeah, that's all good. So, yeah, I'll be back 11 p.m. with Soul Worker. So, this is the Blighty Otaku signing off. Until next time, I'll catch you laters.